Guided math is a structured set of math instructional strategies that allow for targeted instruction, student engagement, and deep understanding of math concepts. You are listening to episode 29 of the Upper Elementary Simplified podcast. Today's episode is part one of a nine-part guided math series that is based on a blog series I wrote a few months ago. My goal for this series is to give you practical ideas, inspiration, and plenty of resources so you can launch and implement guided math in your classroom this school year. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Upper Elementary Simplified, the podcast where busy and overwhelmed teachers find thoughtful ideas to get students engaged in meaningful learning experiences. Hi, I'm Danna Rodebush, former fifth grade classroom teacher and founder of Teacher Tech Studio. I'm here to share practical tips and strategies that will help you grow as an educator. If you are a tired upper elementary teacher searching for ways to cut down your planning time while boosting student engagement, you are in the right spot. Are you ready? Let's simplify. When you think of guided math, what do you think of? Do you think only about small group instruction? Well, I am here to tell you that guided math is much more than just small group instruction. In fact, small group math instruction makes up only a portion of the type of learning that should be occurring in a guided math classroom. When I was writing my blog series all about guided math, I came up with my own scholarly definition of guided math. And I'm going to read that for you now. It says, guided math is the careful planning and implementation of a systematic method of math instruction designed to foster a deep understanding of mathematical concepts using a variety of instructional techniques. Now, that is just a wordy way of saying guided math uses lots of different types of resources and teaching methods to help all students be successful in learning math skills. Put another way, guided math is a structured set of math instructional strategies that allow for targeted instruction, student engagement, and a deep understanding of math concepts. This nine-part series of Upper Elementary Simplified is sponsored by the Ultimate Guide to Guided Math for Upper Elementary Teachers. This free guide includes 43 pages of practical and useful tips for you to learn about guided math, including how to implement this powerful instructional strategy in your upper elementary classroom. Download your copy of this free resource by heading to teachertechstudio.com/guided math book. That link will be in the show notes. So, you may have searched for ideas about how to implement guided math in your classroom and come up with a list of instructional strategies and activities with terms like differentiation, small groups, and intervention thrown in. But what does all of that mean for your upper elementary classroom? Today, I am going to briefly list the 13 components that I believe are essential to an effective guided math schedule. While 13 may sound like a lot, it all flows together smoothly and could really be pared down to what would seem like less quote unquote components, but I like to be very thorough in my explanations. And then over the course of the next several episodes during this nine-part series, I will be breaking down the components into further detail. The first component of guided math is whole class instruction with guided note taking to introduce a new math skill. The second component is guided practice that immediately follows the introduction of the new skill, which is then quickly followed by the third component, independent practice. Number four is a formative assessment to gauge the comprehension of your students during the whole group lesson in practice. Component number five is a mini review math lesson with more guided practice. The sixth component of guided math is an emphasis on vocabulary. This is actually an often overlooked important piece of the guided math classroom. and it's the importance of vocabulary instruction and contextual use of math vocabulary. Upper elementary students should be regularly given the opportunity to use math specific words in context as they are mastering a new skill. Number 7 is lesson warm ups throughout the week to get students thinking mathematically before the math block officially even begins. Component number 8 of guided math is small group instruction, and this is where the magic happens. The ninth component is to provide hands on learning opportunities during small group and outside of small group. Number 10 is formal and informal assessment. Number 11 is real world application of the skill. Number 12 is spiral review. And the number 13 component of guided math is targeted intervention after careful instruction, planning, and assessment for each student. Next week, we are going to discuss the benefits of guided math in the upper elementary classroom. So I hope that you will tune in for that. And don't forget to download your free copy of my Ultimate Guide to Guided Math. And you can find that in the show notes for today's episode at upperelementarysimplified.com/episode 29. Thanks for listening, and I will see you back here next Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Upper Elementary Simplified. I hope you are able to take away something useful that will help you grow as a teacher. I do have a quick favor to ask before you go. If you are enjoying the podcast, please let me know by leaving me a review. It really does make a difference because reviews impact search results, which helps me to expand my reach to other educators. Plus, I love to read my listeners' comments. Until next time, keep life simple.